Well, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. My name's Sonia Javette. This is my show, Soundbite Productions, live stream. Today's special guests are Anastasia and Natalie Jean. I'm going to bring each one of them up on in just a moment. Let me first pull up this information. How is the weather where you are? Where are you watching from? It is so cold right now. My fingertips are angry because we are cold. Let's see here. Let me get this pulled up. Someday I'm going to have a full on tech support team for all of this. It is going to be amazing. Let's see. Go. Do it. Do it. Do it till you're satisfied. Whatever it is. I can do it. Come on, come on. Let me in. Let me in. Oh, man. That's so much, so much. It's okay. We just keep learning. Let me play my theme song while I pull this up here. Cool. All right, today we got Miss Anastasia. She has discovered her passion for performance as a girl in Austin, Texas, where she taught to deliver speeches and spoken word with rhythm and clarity designed to get an audience on their feet. Welcome to the stage, Miss Anastasia. Ta-da! Hopefully, cool. Can we hear you, my friend?
Yes. Can you hear me or see me?
Yes, hear you and see you. Good job.
Okay. It's still
Nice, nice.
backstage.
Say again.
It says I'm still backstage.
Nope, I see you. You're on stage. You're
Oh,
on stage with me.
okay. All right. Well, hi Sonia. Happy Friday. Thanks for having me. Of
Right. Thank you so much for being here.
course.
Um, let's see. I am trying to learn how to time this properly. And let me pull up your bio. Oh, here we go. Okay. Questions. That's what we're doing. Questions, questions, questions. And we have a few audience members. What does that say? Someone said, "Oh Lordy, the trouble's here." Uh, if you post to the with Facebook, put your name in afterwards so that we can see, because Facebook doesn't allow the names to show up for some
See.
reason, even though people sign up for it. So it's like I don't know what they're happening here. All right, so I know that you have another gig right after this, so let me get down to the thing. Quick question: do you? Okay. Oh, there we go. What can we expect from you within the next 6 months? Uh, any planned gigs or any future gigs? I guess is the best way to say that.
Right. Well, it's tough to plan gigs that far out at this point in time. But I'm keeping my eyes open. I'm keeping everything, on my radar. I'm keeping an open mind. Um, I just actually recently in January played a gig at Whiskey Tango Foxtrot Ice House on West Sixth Street, and me and my band have been invited to go back there. So I'll be there in April. So if people follow my social media, they'll be able to see exactly when that comes around. Other than that, I've been doing a lot of live tapings, a lot of live streaming, trying to really take calculated risks with the live shows. I am going to be putting out, more music. I've got more videos scheduled to shoot in the near future. And I'm hoping to drop a project toward the late spring, early summer. So people can be on the lookout for that.
Do you have um, so many questions in my head? Uh, let's see. You're also writing with other artists, yes? you're collaborating with other artists?
Yeah, definitely. I'm always trying to work with somebody on something, because as much as, I feel like the writing process for me is like a really, really personal thing. Like, I usually have to be alone to do it. It is good, to get, fresh input and fresh blood and fresh opinions. So I've actually recently been working with a brass band from here around town. And they had a track ready, instrumentation ready, and they gave me a concept and asked me to write that. So little things like that I would kind of consider me, stepping out of the box a little bit, branching out and doing things that I haven't done in the past. But yeah, I've always got some collaborations in the works.
Is it a brass band? Is it a group of all brothers? Do they have the name, the brass band?
Yeah. They're called Boogaloo ATX.
Nice.
Yeah. You can find them on any social platform. But, that's sort of a recent connection. They saw me and my band performing on another live stream show, and we made a connection and decided to work together and then perform together and then perform together again. So, it's just kind of this cascading snowball effect. You meet somebody, you find out how y'all can utilize each other and be useful to each other. And then you just go from there.
Networking.
Yep.
What is your biggest musical challenge at this time?
That is a good question. So sometimes I struggle with being able to create and sort of my expectations for myself as far as how much output I should have and then what I'm actually able to produce. But, I've found that, since the pandemic, I've actually been able to focus a little more on my creative process. So that's not a worry so much. I would say at this point, the most challenging thing would be what we just talked about, is really knowing what we're going to be able to do in the next few months. It's having to think twice about accepting gigs, because you wonder, is this the one? Should I pass on this? Should I jump on the opportunity? There is still a market for live music. The past few shows that I've done, and they haven't been many, but the ones that I have done, people are out. They're just as hungry to hear live music as we are to produce it. So I think just having that barrier there lately has been a challenge.
Are you using? Here's a question from the audience.
Okay.
Are you able to see that?
Yeah. Hey, Doug. I don't play any instruments. I'm a rap artist and songwriter and vocalist. So I leave the musicianship to the musicians, and I am lucky to be surrounded by some really, really talented musicians. So I don't play, I dabble. I took piano lessons as a girl growing up. I've always been interested in the creation of music. But for me, my favorite part of it is the words, the lyrics, the writing, how to take an idea and make it real, manifest it.
My college professor would tell you that your vocals is an instrument. Everything stems from your vocals, so it is an instrument.
Definitely. I agree with that 100%.
Are you using any software to record your lyrics?
Yeah. So what I do, my writing process consists of me usually listening to a beat or to music that someone else has already produced. And then I write lyrics from there. And then I usually record a rough draft at home in GarageBand, really user-friendly, simple to figure out. I record here in GarageBand, and then I take it to the studio and let the engineer do the engineer's thing. Like I said, I'm big on letting people play in their lane, where I'm really, really great at writing the lyrics. I get a little lost when it comes to plugins and DAWs, and I can get a little lost in all of that. So I let someone else take care of all of that. But yeah, GarageBand. I've also recorded myself. I've got a full album that I self-recorded in Pro Tools, so I'm familiar. And I think it's good to be familiar with those processes and the software and how to use them, even if that's not your thing. It's good to know how to use them, so that how to interact with the people that use them for you. I find that I'm able to speak the engineer's language. I'm able to more easily tell them what I want. If something needs to be fixed, we can communicate. So it's powerful knowledge to have, definitely.
Doug has another statement here. Let's see. Yes, he agrees with your voice is an instrument, but also don't leave out melodies and harmonies, since those are the very basis of your performances. Thanks for sharing, Doug. Miss Anastasia, would you like to share your video now?
Sure. So, and I think, you might pick up on some of that with the video that I'm about to share. And as we talked about before we came on to this broadcast, I was contacted by the owner of a CDL driving school. And they wanted a theme song for their school. And, I asked, one of the first questions I asked was, well, since it's a truck driving school, don't you think that it might make more sense to have a male voice? And the owner of the school says, well, it's you'd be surprised how many women are coming through, getting their CDL license and really doing that to take charge of their own careers. So that told me that this is a project that I needed to be involved in. So this is what came of that. Always melodies and harmonies, to me, they do tell the story just as much as the lyrics do. So let's see, pull that up.
And let me put us behind the scene, put the video.
Let's clock a few miles in the right direction. Let me tell you how it feels at the wheel. Only good vibes where I'm headed. It's a new road, I'ma know it when I finally hit it. Fuel in the tank, what it takes to get it lit. Get ahead where I can find a real good fit. Like the world in my hands, on my hands on the shift. I got the tools to make it work. If I won't learn the lesson, it's some credit to be earned. If I want it, yeah, I want it, baby. Make a move, changing lanes. Let's clock a few miles in the right direction. Let me tell you how it feels at the wheel when I do it big. Navigate these intersections, and I will, baby, make a move, changing lanes. CDL school gets you certified for your CDL in 4 weeks. Classes Monday through Friday. Graduate ready to work and pay the lowest tuition in the Austin area. Changing lanes, 512-598-9405.
All right.
Cool. That is cool.
Yeah. I mean, I had fun doing it, and then, it's only 1 minute long. So it's the perfect length for social media, makes it really, really shareable and really rewatchable, hopefully. And then I think my next step with this particular project is to make it a full song. I'll probably use some slightly different production, add another verse, add a bridge, and just fill it out. But, this has been a good opportunity for me to put the idea out there and get some response on it and some feedback. And it's been positive. So it's been a good
fact that you're driving that big old 16-wheel vehicle.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. It really was.
Well, I am super proud of you. Thank you for being here.
Of course.
Let them know where they can find your music.
So once again, my name is Anastasia. You can find, actually, the hub for all of my information would be my website, anastasiahera.com. And then from there, you can follow me on social media. Actually, I'm going to be unveiling a brand new website with exclusive content. So just watch for that in the next few weeks. But yeah, follow me on social media, go back through my catalog. It's all listed there. Watch some videos and, talk to me, like at this point, I feel like I'm still building. And for me, the community connection is really, really valuable. Like, I can't let that go. Like, as an artist, I like to stay grounded and connected, with the people that I feel like I'm from and that I'm with. These are the stories that I'm telling, as an artist, it's my job to paint a picture, not only of what we want life to be like, in the future, but what life actually is. So, I like talking to people and just kind of finding out what their backstories are and what we have in common and what makes us brothers and sisters as human beings, so I can put that into the music. I think everybody can relate to wanting to grow and start a new career and do something positive for themselves. So that's the type of music that I like to put out.
Let me ask you one more question before you bounce. What golden nugget of wisdom do you want to pass on to other musicians or up and coming artists or just artists in general?
The one thing I would say is persevere. We all have moments when we're, down or discouraged or questioning or unsure or uncertain. We all go through it. And as I was saying earlier, we have times where we feel like we're just unable to create. I think understanding that that's part of the process is important. Sometimes you just have to live your art before you can actually put it down on paper or record it in a track or however you capture your feelings. So just give yourself time, trust the process. And, even if you don't feel like it today, pick up the pen tomorrow, try again, keep going, persevere.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Anastasia.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
you being here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put you behind the scenes and go do terrific things with your next adventure for today.
Absolutely. Will do. Thank you.
All righty. That was super fun. Okay, next up is the wonderful Miss Natalie Jean. Here she comes. Oh, we have all three. Okay. Wait. That's cool, but I'm gonna see. Y'all, I'm learning to push all these crazy buttons, so bear with me. I'm gonna mute you, and I just want me and look at here. I wonder if I have to remove you completely. Don't get mad. There we go. Okay, cool. That's what it was. All right. Natalie Jean, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you participating in this adventure that I have decided to do, because lift as I climb is my motto for the rest of my life. So as I learn, I'm going to keep bringing others with me. So thank you so much for joining Soundbite Productions live stream today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Let's see. We did. I'm over here pushing that good 10 buttons, I promise you. Let me go through my list here of questions to ask you. Here's good. What kind of recording facilities do you have at home? Since
Well, let me see. I have two speakers. I have I have three mics. In fact, this mic that I'm using now is a great mic. It's only like $100 mic that you can use for podcasts. You can actually use it for singing, that I bought from Sweetwater. And then I have this little karaoke machine that I use when I have to do the live streams. On my computers, I have Ableton and I have Logic also. I still have to learn how to use both. I use it, but I'm still learning. And I also have the Spire Isotope, which is phenomenal. I mean, you can be in any room and you can use it to record and master your music from your iPhone or your iPad. They don't have anything for desktop, which is crazy. But
I'm not familiar with that. What is that?
Yeah. So it's about $300, but it's so worth it. You got to Google. I'm going to do a commercial right now for them. Try Spire. With Isotope, Google it. I found that it's just very useful because during this whole pandemic, my producer his studio is in his room, in his one room, and it's very small. So I haven't been able to go to his house. But then I was thinking, oh my God, people are asking me to record little tracks here and there. How I'm going to do it? And then I was online one day, or I was reading Rolling Stone magazine, and they had this thing, and I was like, oh, I've got to try it. And it's so easy. You can hook up your headphones to it and your mic, and then you go to the app, and you can do all these things to your vocals and mixing the track and all kinds of different things. So that's basically what I've been using.
Okay, wait. Isotope, like the gloves?
Yeah, Izotope.
Oh, and then I spelled it all wrong. Wait. I spelled Izo.
Tope.
Tope.
Isotope. And then put Spire, Spire.
SPIRE. Because I'm a gadget person.
Well,
I
you don't
love
understand, so am I. I'm like
super nerdy.
I don't know if you're a freak, but I'm a freak gadget person.
What is what is
Freak gadget
I'm a
person.
blurred. I'm a blurred. This a
I
black
see
nerd.
that.
I thought that was funny. Um oh, that's wow.
Yeah,
This
it's
thing is
portable. It's portable, so you can take it where if you're traveling and you have to work with somebody, you can take it with you. So that's a great thing too.
nice. All right.
Mhm.
I will be looking into this.
All right.
Okay. Questions, bios. Let me read some of your bio here for the lovelies. Okay. Miss Natalie Jean is a versatile Haitian American artist, and she is a multi nominated singer songwriter performer. She's also a voting member in the Recording Academy Grammys. I'm going to scroll down here. Holy mackerel.
So,
This woman has recorded with quite a few people. Um, she sings and writes many genres such as jazz, pop, R&B, blues, country, Americano, rock, adult contemporary, inspirational, heavy metal. Yes, the dance. She can sing in French, Spanish, and English and Creole. You're gonna have to do some Creole so I can understand
oh
uh,
no.
what dialect that is. Uh, let's see. Go down to the bottom here. She has appeared on WPFW, a jazz station in Washington, D.C. World Artist. Wow. You're a wow. World Artist of the Year. You know, I glance over all of this and I'm like, okay, yes, yeah. And then I read it and I'm like, oh, yes. Wow. Uh, where do we go from here? Songwriter contest, we rise. You're just Shazam, my friend.
I'm fine.
Nice. Haitian, I don't even know how to say that. Mwen, Ren, Mo.
Yeah.
That's
Haitian
the,
Haiti
that's,
moyen so that's some Creole I just told you.
say
Haiti
it.
moyen Haiti moyen.
Wow.
So that means Haiti, I love you.
Aw. That is, that dialect is a combination of several things, or?
So Haitian Creole is like they said there's English, African, and French in it. It's a mixture of all that in there.
It sounds beautiful.
You know,
I love the dialects. I would, gonna have to learn. Okay, let me ask you another question. As I learn to get better at this, how do you see being active on? No, it's not a good one. I try to ask questions that most people won't ask because
right.
we always get the same question of as an artist, how did you get started in the music industry? That kind of thing. And it's like, well, I opened my mouth and started singing.
Right.
So I try to ask, oh, here we go. Are you planning any videos for your music?
So I have done several videos for my recent album that I paid somebody to do, like Love Your Own Power. What other? I did one for We Kneel, The Forgotten, Mother Earth are the ones that I was able to do. I used Fiverr. I had somebody put images together, some video together. So we have that. I would like to do a video for We Rise. And I want to do an actual physical video for that. So I'm trying to figure out how to do all of that, with the pandemic and stuff like that. Hopefully sometime this year, maybe later this year, I'll be able to do that and get a bunch of people in it, socially distancing, maybe with masks. Who knows?
Well, that's the way we're doing it now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Your video production, because I got recently asked to do a video, so I'm like, I don't know. Yes is the answer, but I don't know. Did you storyboard out? Will you or have you storyboarded out your video content that you want to use for the video? What types of things do you think you want to put in it, or what? Yeah, those kind of things.
So I usually do some type of storyboard of what I want in it, and then I find a videographer that can put the things together, and then they'll shoot me some ideas. For example, with the Letting Go, I had a specific idea in mind, and then the videographer said, well, why don't we do this? And it still incorporated some of the ideas, my ideas for the song. And so, I definitely put a storyboard together because there's certain things I would love to see, especially with We Rise, which is a female empowerment song. I definitely want certain components to be in there.
Is your this is good. What do you enjoy most about being an artist?
I love writing. I love and hate writing, to be honest with you. Sometimes you get that writer's block, and you don't want to sound like everybody else. I love performing because I love to relate with the audience, and I love to see them happy if they like a song, and if they don't, normally they don't not like it. But I just like the whole interacting. I like the way it makes me feel. Music has been my saving grace because sometimes I do suffer from depression from time to time. So music has really cultivated me to not so focus on the depression. And anytime I get sad, I start to write something, or I'll start to sing some songs that I like. I might sing some of my songs, and then I get to a good place.
I think that music is definitely a wonderful tool to release those things that are within us all, even for people that don't want to be performers or artists. So I'm with you on that. Have you always been interested in music? Was there a particular song performance that made you say, "Whoa, I want to do that" when you were getting started as an artist?
Well, I grew up in a household of music. So my father is like a famous Haitian singer, Guy Robert Jean. And so my father used to go to gigs all the time. But I was more focused on the aspect of dancing because I can dance. But later in life is when I didn't even know I could sing. And when I was growing up, my favorite show was Sanford and Son. Yeah, I'm dating myself here. Sanford and Son. And so he used to sing Stormy Weather by Lena Horne all the time. And that's when I fell in love with jazz. And I said, oh, one day I'd be a jazz artist. But, I let that stuff go. And then one day my parents were like, when I was living in New York, they said, well, why don't you take some of the poems that you write and turn them into the songs? And that's how it actually all started. I never even imagined that I would be in music because I was like, oh, my God, I'm going to have to perform one day. And back in the day, I used to be extremely shy. And I said, I don't know if I would ever be able to do that. Now I'm like, that's nothing. I can do it all. So that's how I got started.
Now, if you're like me, I can play behind my head and sing at the same time.
Right. So. That's right. That's right.
Would you like to play us a song now?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to put myself behind the scenes because I've learned to push the button. Na-na-na.
Hold on. This thing is so twisted. Look at me. Really look at me. You don't know me. Yet you judge me. You look at the color of my skin and assume all wrong things. You would rather listen to the noise. You call me names without any proof to your claims. This says more about you than it says anything about me. You fan the flames of hate, hoping I'd bow down and assume my fate. Your words are hollow, I refuse to be afraid of my own shadow. Let me tell you who I am. I am a black woman, born free. And you can't take that away from me. I won't be told what and who I am supposed to be. I won't give in to your fears, nor will I give you any of my tears. I am, I am, I am love. I am truth. I am everything that I'm meant to be. I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I I'm all that I am. I simply am. Take me as I am. I am. And that's I am.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And the crowd goes, I need to get a clap track. I like that. It made me want to do cardio for some reason.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know why. I was like, huh, that's beautiful. It was beautiful.
Thank you.
So many questions. Did you compose the parts in it, or did you use the Logic tool to create it?
Okay, so me, I actually wrote the lyrics. And I work with my music producer, Alexi von Guggenberg. His music has been in How to Get Away with Murder, Grey's Anatomy, Dancing with the Stars, many video games and movies. And so usually my way of doing things is I write the lyrics and then I go to him. But before I go to him, I think about the instruments that I want on this song. I know how I want it to hear. Sometimes I'll sing in a recorder and I'll bring it to him and I said, this is what I want. These are the instruments that I want. And basically that's what we did. And what's interesting with this song is that because I don't play an instrument. I'm still supposed to be learning how to play piano. But with this song, we put everything together and then I sang it. And this is the first time that I sang it one time and that was it. Because what you hear on the album is just, it's raw. It's me. It's all the emotions about what I'm feeling about racism. And I just did it in one take.
It's a beautiful piece.
Thank you.
How long did it take you to get to the comfort of it, to release it?
It was interesting. You know, I wanted to write a song about racism that was very different than anything that you heard out there. And this one, I really had to really think about, okay, how do I write this? Do I write it as a poem? Do I have a course? Do I do this? Do I do that? And I wrote it as a poem. And then it was funny because I wanted to get a word that that rhymed with, I think it was shadow. And I was watching a movie and the word hollow came up. I was like, that's it. Once I had that word, I was like, oh, this is the song. We've got to put it together. We've got to get it out there.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let me find some questions for you. Okay, let me put myself back on screen. push the button. I'm on screen. You're on screen. And let's see. Family. Do you have siblings? No. Do you, okay, think slowly. I'm allergic to animals, so I ask this question: do you have animals? Do you have pets?
Yes, I do. So, and my cat, whom I loved a lot, November 18th of last year, passed away. He had cancer and stomach tumors and all that stuff, so I had to put him to sleep. Now, I haven't had a cat in 20 years. Like, I've always had a cat in my home, and I can't live without animals. So about a month later, I got 2 kittens. One's name is Michael. The other one is Faith, and they're driving me crazy, but I love them. They're very intelligent. Eventually I want to get some dogs when I have time. The dogs take a lot of time. That's why I don't have any right now, but I love pets, and I always have to have one.
And cats to me seem to be much more self-sustain. What's the word?
Yes, self-sustainable. They groom themselves. With dogs, you have to walk them and all that stuff. With cats, you don't have to. They're in the house. They do what they want. They run, sleep, eat, play.
Jump in your face when you're sleeping.
Jump in your face. Yes, they do that. Believe me. No, that's not the time for this.
I had one do that to me once, and I was like, "Why are you stepping in my eyeballs?"
Yeah, that's part of it.
What's happening here? Okay, let's see. Do we have any audience? Thank you so much for tuning in. Do y'all have any questions for Miss Natalie? Natalie Jean. As you post them, I will add them to the screen here. Let me find another question for you, my lady. I can do this. Now your song is stuck in my head. That's good. That means it's good.
Yeah.
That's always a weird question, but I'm going to ask it. What sets your music apart? What is unique or at least uncommon? I know top of my head what it is.
I think for me it's the versatility. One time somebody said, nobody can recognize who you are, Natalie, because of the fact that when you listen to my music, you don't hear the same voice. It's like always something different. So I think, which I love the fact that the person actually said that you're going to get something different every time you listen to me. I think that sets me apart, is the versatility aspect of the fact that, like I submitted music, I think last year for the JMAs, and I got 12, 13, I don't know, nominations. And they're like, wow, you got so many. But it's because I do so many genres that I can submit in so many different things. So yeah, I would say that's what made me unique, the fact that I can sing in 4 languages. Not many people can do that.
That's so amazing. I would like you I would like for you to answer this next question in whichever language that you want, and then interpret into English. Let's see. How about who are your top favorite artists of all times?
So I would say number 1 is Nina Simone. Love, 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 love Nina Simone. I love Celine Dion. I love Celine Dion because I like the way she expresses her music. I mean, she puts her soul in her music. And then the third one would be, I would say, Ella Fitzgerald.
Yes.
I really love jazz. Those would be the 3 for me. But Nina Simone, I try to embody her. What I love about her is that she was no nonsense. And when she came to perform, she demanded that you watch her. I don't like to be background noise. That's one thing I'm not doing anymore. I don't want to be hired so I can just play some music in the background, because it takes too much to write these songs and to rehearse and do all this stuff. That crap is done. And I like it's done. That's it. Natalie's not doing that anymore. And I like the fact that she was into politics and she wrote songs about politics. She didn't care what people thought. She wanted to be part of a movement. And I love that about her. So, that's why I wrote my album, Where Do We Go From Here, which is a social impact message album. I like to be heard. I like to speak my truth. Everybody has the right to their opinion on stuff. But I think that if you want to be an effective player in life, you got to be part of the solution. And this past year, I thought about who I wanted to be as an artist, and I want to be an effective player. I want to make a difference. I want somebody to say, Natalie did that. She tried to do that, or she accomplished this, or this song makes me feel so good. Oh my God, I can't believe she wrote about her own sexual assault. You know, I want people to be able to relate and say, you know what, I'm okay. I'm okay, and I'm glad that she's here doing her thing.
I think one of the things that I've learned about myself is if I share what experiences that I'm going through, then hopefully it'll help someone else be able to recognize that they're not alone in the experiences that they've had happen to them, and that I know that for a fact a lot of artists or want to be artists will never be on stage or never get on stage because they don't have the heart for it or the means to do so, or for whatever reason. So I am what I am because that's that's what I am. Popeye. So I know what you're saying when you say you're don't want to be that background noise for venues. I played at a gig where it was probably 30 TVs and me, and I was like, why are you hiring me? That's ridiculous. But need that money. But still, it was like, okay, I feel weird. That's when I started playing behind my head with my guitar. I was like, so you're not going to pay attention to me? I'm going to practice this.
Right. No, I get it.
It's what we are, most of us. It's what we have to do. It's what, if we don't do it, we will lose it.
Right.
So, Miss Natalie, would you like to play another song for us?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to put myself behind the scenes, push the right button.
Time and time again we felt oppressed, knowing we were deserving like all the rest. You challenged us from the start, hoping that we'd fall apart. We demanded the right to vote, wouldn't rest until we heard note. We had the right to be heard. We definitely got the final word. Ha-ha. We get knocked down, we rise, we rise, we rise. You call us names, we rise, we rise, we rise. We stumble and fall, and yet we stand tall. And like the phoenix, we will always rise. We rise, we rise, we will always rise. We rise, we rise, we rise, we rise, we rise. We rise, we rise, we rise, we rise. Hey! We wanted to fight in the wars, but you'd rather see us in the kitchen doing chores, and so we fought for our right. Now we stand on the battleground ready to fight. Try to tell us what to do with our own bodies, so we fought for the right to choose. In the end, you were crying the blues. Bah! We get knocked down, we rise, we rise, we rise. You call us names, we rise, we rise, we rise. We stumble and fall, and yeah, we stand tall. And like the phoenix, we will always rise. We rise, we rise, we will always rise. We rise, we rise, we rise, we rise, we rise. You try to stand in our way, but we deserve equal pay. Cause we are awesome, cause we are awesome, cause we are awesome in every way. Sitting in your fancy chairs, making decisions without a care. We've been fighting way too long to tell us that our fight is wrong. We will continue to march on, to march on, to march on. Pa, pa, pa. We get knocked down, we rise, we rise, we rise. You call us things, we rise, we rise, we rise. We stumble and fall, and yeah, we stand tall. And like the phoenix, we will always rise. We rise, we rise, we rise. We will always rise. We rise, we rise, we rise, we rise, we rise. We rise, we rise, we rise, we rise. There's so many things you say. She's weak, brave, that dog. She's stoic, Miss Piggy. She's strong, low IQ. She needs anger management. Powerful, make up your minds. We are the creators of this nation, and we will always rise. We will always rise. We will always rise. Hey! We get knocked down, we rise, we rise, we rise. You call us names, we rise, we rise, we rise. We stumble and fall, and yet we stand tall. And like the phoenix, we will always rise. We rise, we rise, we will always rise. We rise, we rise, we rise, we rise, we rise. We rise, we rise, we rise, we rise.
Up. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right, so how about this? Because I personally don't like to eat before I perform.
Yeah.
What do you like to eat, if you like to eat anything before you perform?
I don't like to eat anything before I perform. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Because I feel I'm gonna burp in the mic.
Right?
And I don't like to perform on a full stomach.
Agreed. It does It does something. It makes me sleepy for one, while I'm trying to stay awake to perform. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. No food.
no food. Um, I don't want to. Everybody has that. This. I'm not gonna ask that one. How about let's do this. What again? I'll ask you the same question I asked Anastasia. What would you tell other up and coming artists or artists currently for inspiration for them?
I would say to sing from your soul. Don't put anything out that you don't love. Anything that you put out, you have to love it. You have to put that energy and love to it. Speak your truth. Don't be afraid to try new things. And, be yourself. Don't try to be like any other artist, because the people out there are looking for something brand new and exciting. So just do your thing and believe in yourself. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to love yourself to be able to do anything. That's my advice.
True that. One more. What superpowers would you have and why?
I like to be invisible, so I can just walk into anywhere that I want to, and nobody would know. And then I'd be the fly on the wall, and I'd be able to know a lot of things. That's what invisibility.
Nice.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Well, I am really excited this went off. Yesterday, the power went out right in the middle of a stream. I was like, oh, okay, that's nice, thanks. So thankfully, this did not happen. So, would you like to let them know? I know I put your website information on here, but where they can find your music, if you have any shows and stuff coming up next.
Twitter is NatNat7. Facebook is Natalie Jean Obsession. Instagram is NatalieJ0819. Website is www.natalie-jean.com. Or you can just Google Natalie Jean Music and you'll find me. I'm on all streaming platforms as well. I think Saturday I have a live stream for my publicist, B Squared Management. I think that's at 9 o'clock, I think. I can't remember. But I'm doing that on, I think it's Instagram Live. So you can find me there. And that's it. Yep.
Again, thank you so much for being here and sharing your gifts with the audience that is out here in the World Wide Web, www.
Thank you.
Natalie Jean, I appreciate you again.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're very welcome. I'm going to pull you off stream here. Okay, put me up here. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been our third episode for Soundbite Productions live stream, and I will get better as I go along. So thank you so much for being here. I'm going to end this stream and let the music play out. And appreciate you being here. Happy Black History Month. Because that's the way, though. That's the way, though. I'm going to end a little bit early here today. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Peace, love, psychedelic soul.